Wow. So the group stage of the 2022 FIFA World Cup has finally come to an end, and I am absolutely depressed. It's over. It's over. The glorious 12 days of our life is now over. Shocks every day. We're a few 0-0 draws, but I feel like the 0-0 draws made the bangers so much better. Saudi Arabia beating Argentina. Japan beating Germany. Japan beating Spain. Belgium are knocked out. Germany are knocked out. The dark horses that everyone were predicting to do well. Same as me, like Serbia, like Denmark, they're out as well. And England still did well. What the fuck? Before we do get into under 16, a little recap in terms of how we did for our group stage predictions and also all the other content creators as well. Just quickly here. And of course, throughout the World Cup, the channel has been sponsored by Hitch. Hitch is a go-to place on iOS or Android for all your World Cup needs, because this is a great place to work your little noggin. What is Hitch, you may say? Well, Hitch is a platform where you can go and do World Cup quizzes, World Cup predictions, but with a twist. On Hitch, there's currency, which is called Hitch coins, and it may sound like it's very complicated, but it's really not. By successfully predicting World Cup quizzes and also by successfully predicting World Cup games throughout the entire tournament, you win Hitch coins, and the better that you do, the more coins that you obtain. Now, what are these coins? These coins can be withdrawn for real life money. So for example, I'm currently doing a quiz right now, and for example, I'm doing the Wales versus the England quiz, which is a game for tomorrow. Which one is the Wales football crest? You know which one that is, of course. For which club did Rooney play the most during his career? Of course, Manchester United. And you can make these quizzes as easy or as hard as you possibly can. How many times has Wales ever took part in the World Cup? Which for some people could be quite hard. Of course, I know that it's actually 2, which is the correct answer. But for some people, they may not actually know that. And just like that, when the quiz is done, I got 100%. Obviously, and then you claim your rewards, and then when you're done, you can go over to the next quiz. If you guys have any spare time for the World Cup, I'd highly recommend this. Link is down below at top of the description for Hitch, and I hope you guys do enjoy. So if you didn't catch up and didn't see my video about 20 different content creators, 20 of the biggest guys in the scene, well, 19 and me, and that I took every single content creator's World Cup prediction and I've put them onto a spreadsheet here. This is what you can see. This is every single content creator's predictions for the group stage, and it also does involve their winners and semi-finalists too. And what I've done is that I've now worked out a system who created the most top 2s and also the correct spots to the actual ranking. And we've got some interesting results here. Of course, I'm not going to go fully into this until I do my final video at the end of the World Cup going into this specifically. However, you could have a little recap now, and right now the worst person in terms of correct spots is by far Fogdad. He's having an absolute mare now. He's not got a single top 2 correct, and that's because he thought Mexico would go through. The same thing goes for Netherlands and Senegal. And he went for Netherlands and Ecuador. So yeah, Fogdad doing the worst by a mile, got 0 top 2s and only got 10 correct spots. And same thing kind of goes for Fogdoon. He got 0 top 2s and with 12 correct spots. And I think they've done the worst to anyone. He did predict Australia to make it through in 2nd place. So that does deserve some street cred here. And by the way as well, Irish guy of all people, he got Japan correct. In Group E, he got Japan and Spain to go through. I don't know how he's pulled that off, but he's absolutely smashed it. And also at bottom of the list is Danny Aarons with 0 top 2s and 11 correct spots. And HR Vizeh with 1 correct top 2, but 10 correct spots. If you're wondering about me, I got 2 correct top 2s in both Netherlands and Senegal, and Argentina, Poland, like most people, with 13 correct spots as well. In terms of the best person, it is right now, by a mile, Spencer Owen. He has smashed it. He got so many things correct. He got I forgot what group it is. Group G. Group G completely correct with Brazil, Switzerland, Cameroon and Serbia in order. Spot on. He got England and USA. Spot on. 20 correct spots and 4 correct top 2s. And he's done very, very good. So fair play to Spencer Owen right now. And behind him is actually, as of right now, I believe it's Dunspeg. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I Show Speed. I Show Speed got 3 correct top 2s and 17 correct spots. I can't believe it. He got Brazil and Switzerland correct, with also Netherlands, Senegal, and England, USA. Genuinely, I like the fact that this guy literally did his predictions within like 30 seconds just kind of makes everyone look quite embarrassed at this stage. And also, if you're interested in terms of how many people thought Japan would go through, only 2 people thought Japan would make it out of the group stage, so that is massive. And for Australia, 3 people thought that Australia would go through as well, so that is massive as well. Only 3 people, by the way, only 3 people thought that Switzerland would go through. And also Morocco, 3 people thought that they would go through. And the craziest one, 0 people thought that South Korea would go through. 0 people. That is incredible. So some shout outs for some great predictions here is by Macwell. He put Japan to go through the groups. B4 Lancer, he put Australia to go through the groups as well. So of course, fair play to all of them, and we will go more in depth into it when we do the final video at the end of the World Cup. But now it's time for the round of 16 predictions. Okay, here we go. So I did not expect to see this side. Not a single person would expect to see something looking like this. I mean, this is just... There's some things that you could have predicted, like, yeah, England could potentially be playing France in the quarters, right? That's something that people thought could happen, okay? And that Brazil and Argentina could maybe, likely end up in the semi-finals. But the teams on the way is something incredible to see. And you know what? This what I've learned from this World Cup is that chaos is everywhere. Chaos is everywhere, and things aren't as predictable as what you may seem. So what I may do here may seem crazy, but in my mind, this makes sense in terms of what I've seen so far in this tournament. Because I'll be honest, there hasn't been one fully strong team. Technically, the best performing team in the World Cup is England. Believe it or not, like, not a single team got 9 points, and the teams that did get 7 points involving England, we got the most goal difference, scored the most goals. England is technically, as of right now, statistically, the best performing team of the tournament. But we'll go into that later on. So, first game, Netherlands versus USA. Now, when I watched USA, I mean, other than that second half against Wales, I thought that they've been quite competent. I thought they played really well against England. Their press was really good, and they've got some pace that can really hurt teams in the counter. And their defence, I mean, England didn't score, so it can't be that bad, to be fair. So, in terms of USA, they've quite impressed me. I thought that they were a team of individuals, and that they just kind of were too young for this event, for this tournament, that they may not have the experience, and they've surprised me. So, I'm happy for the Americans that may be watching. Then there's Netherlands, who... It kind of went as planned, and I would say it went a bit better than what I personally thought it could be. Scoring 5 goals, only conceding once as well, and the thing is that my mind just keeps telling me that this World Cup is nuts, and Netherlands I don't think is that strong of a team all around. They've got some decent players, but I think there's some weaknesses there, and my mouse is just going towards USA. This tournament is chaotic, and I think chaos will continue. And I'm backing USA here. My reasoning is that I think chaos will keep on happening. And USA have impressed me, and I think they can hurt them in the counter. I think Netherlands will have a lot of ball, a lot of possession, and I think that would lead them to be vulnerable on the counter. And I think that's where USA can hit them. And I'm expecting a bit of a shock there. Argentina versus Australia. Now, I know that we've been saying chaos, and yes, Argentina, they lost to Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia, they lost to both Poland and Mexico. Makes no sense. So there is a world where Australia can beat Argentina. There is a world where that is possible. This is the same Australia that no one thought would even be here. I literally did a video, and I already took them out of contention. I thought, they're playing Peru. Peru's a proper rough side. They've got experience. They know what to do. They'll easily deal with Australia. That's what I thought. They're in around 16, bro. I just, in all the realms of possibilities, I can't sit here and say that I think Australia can beat Argentina in this game. Not over 120 minutes. That's if they do beat them in 90 minutes. I don't know what to say. I'm trying to work a way to explain it that makes sense, that I know what I'm talking about. But I'm just going with, in my mind, should be football common sense. However, this is not what's made sense in this tournament. So, Japan versus Croatia. The Japanese hype train is sensational. They've beat Spain, they beat Germany, but they lost to Costa Rica, who is by far the worst team that I've ever seen in the World Cup, but second to Qatar. I don't know how that makes sense. That's football. How can you beat Germany and Spain but lose to Costa Rica? I don't understand. But they've topped the group. They've got Croatia, and Croatia have not been that great either. They've scored some goals in some short time periods, but when I've seen them, they do look like they're blurring the lines of aging and experienced. They're blurring the lines of what is the right age for this tournament. And they've got the experience, of course. But Japan feels like the exact type of team that can do something on them because of the sheer pace, the press that they have. I think they can work them. I think that Japan can work Croatia. I'm going for Japan. I want to see the Japanese story continue. I'm back in Japan. Again, chaos continues. And if Japan can beat Germany, they can beat Spain, they can beat Croatia. And then there's Brazil versus South Korea. How has this happened? How has this happened? Brazil beat South Korea. Could have been Uruguay. People may be quite sad thinking, oh, if it was Uruguay, maybe Uruguay could do something on Brazil. You know what? I can't lie. I've not seen too much of the South Korean games, I'll be honest. I wished I've seen more of them, but I really haven't. So, I feel like my opinion on this could be a bit skewed here. I just don't know how Korea's here. I didn't even think they were even able to be here. I thought it was just between Uruguay and Ghana. So then when they scored against Portugal, I didn't even realise that they could actually still gone through, and now they're here. This World Cup's nuts, bro. It's nuts. Brazil just lost to Cameroon. Let's be real, it was very much a full, rotational team. I would love to see a world where it's a Japan versus South Korea quarterfinal. I think that'd be amazing for the Asian region. I think that would be sensational. I'm gonna go for Brazil. I can't give a reason. It's in the same way for Australia and Argentina. I can't, bro. I can't. It's Japan versus Brazil in a World Cup quarterfinal. Now it's the interesting one. Now, if I was not English, and if anything has taught me anything in this tournament, that expect chaos. If I was not English, and I would probably say, you know what, I would back Senegal here to do something on England. I actually probably would if I wasn't, honestly. But I just think that there's some fate in this tournament that England are kind of meant to play France in a quarterfinal, and then we inevitably get knocked out by France. And England have not been bad, to be fair. And I think Senegal, their team is quite similar to that USA team, so I do believe that it'll be a tough game, and I think there's a chance that it could even go to penalties. I think this could be a very tough game. I don't think we're going to sweep aside Senegal. I don't think that at all. I think that it could be a very tough game, 1-1 into extra time, and that it could go pens. Or could be some Kane penalty or something, like usual, and then we win 2-1 in extra time. I think it'll be a tough game, but I think I've seen enough that I think we have what it takes to beat Senegal. And from what I've seen from Senegal, they've got some very good players. They've got some players that can offer some quality all over the shop here. They've got a good goalkeeper. Having a good goalkeeper is huge. That is huge for them. So that's why I think it'd be a low scoring game. I don't think we're gonna bag 3 against them or something. I think it'd be low scoring. That's why I think they can score. I think they can score for set piece. I'm gonna go England nonetheless. I'm English, right? Consider that bias. I just think that's possible. France versus Poland. I live in Poland and I'm English, but I have booked a flight already to leave the country on the 8th I booked it like 2 weeks ago because I wanted to go to QPR away for Burnley, and also I kind of planned it that I would be in London with my mates, with like some YouTube lads like JCC and doing FNG, those kind of boys. If England was in the quarter-final, I kind of planned it for that. I hope that does happen. So I won't be in Poland if this does happen. The win against Denmark, it was tough, but it got the job done. Mbappe showed up. Against Australia, they won 4-1, but they went 1-0 down. And then they lost to Tunisia. Again, like Brazil, rotation, of course, of the teams. But they still lost to Tunisia with quite a strong team nonetheless. It's still a French squad. Like the France second team is still an insane team. There's frailties there. And Poland, they aren't that good of a side. They really aren't. I've watched every Poland game, okay? 490 minutes. Been really painful. As a Burnley fan that's been watching Sean Dash football for many years, okay, it's very similar. Thank God we now got Vincent Kompany now. It's not like that anymore. But it was painful. And that's why I'm putting Poland to beat France. Penalties. This World Cup has been chaotic. France, I don't think... I'm going to keep saying France gets knocked out until they get knocked out and look like a genius, basically. France, they can definitely beat Poland. They got the pace, and they're probably going to control the ball for the entire game. Poland has absolutely no pace to really hit them on any counters at all. Only thing they may have is set pieces, because they got some big lads in there. Lewandowski, he's so stranded up top. So really, there's nothing that I can say here to really make this make any sense. That I actually do think that Poland can beat France. Other than they defend for their lives, Szczesny makes some absolute unreal saves like he has done for the entire tournament, and they beat them on penalties. Because I can't see Poland scoring a goal that's not like a set piece. I'm going to stick to my guns here. England beat Poland in the quarterfinals. Why not? Right? Why not? You can't tell me that can't happen. You cannot tell me that cannot happen. You didn't think that Australia would be here, and you didn't think that Japan would be knocking out Germany and top in the group. You did not think that. So you can call me an idiot, but you can't call me stupid. Which in that sense makes it sound stupid. That's the same thing. Anyway, Morocco versus Spain. Morocco's a good squad. They're a good team, and I wish that I put them higher up, because I felt like I put them in before the World Cup started, I put them in the B tier for my World Cup teams. I think I really thought that they can get out of their group. And I always had that hope for them. I wished I backed it, my actual prediction, man. I really wish I did. Spain, really good. Insanely good against Costa Rica. Draw against Germany, okay. But same German squad, which looked quite poor. Lost to Japan. And then Spain lost to Japan. My main issue with Spain is that they've got so many cute technical players. So many creative players. But I don't think they have that clinical finisher. They've got Morata as their main finisher. Which for me, I always feel like is kind of an issue with them. And Morocco, they've got this passion, man. They're pure passion merchants with some really top quality just here and there across the entire team. The Hakimis to the ZX. And I'm going for some more incredible scenes. Morocco to beat Spain. And I think it'll be 90 minutes. If Japan can beat Spain, Morocco can beat Spain. Let's go for it. Again, Spain will probably dominate the entire ball. Morocco, they've defended quite well in this tournament. I'm going for it. Morocco. And then Portugal versus Switzerland. Switzerland, I really wish I put them in my predictions, just because they are that team in every tournament that no one ever notices, no one ever really watches or really cares about, but they just always end up through the round of 16 anyway. No one really pays that much attention to them. They're just there. You know what I mean? So I wish I backed them, because everyone I think everyone was really obsessed, including me, about the poetry of Portugal versus Serbia all over again, just like the qualifiers. I think everyone really wanted that, and it's not meant to be. Portugal, they've been a weird team as well. I still don't think they're not the complete product. There's a few missing links. I think Ronaldo actually is a detriment to them, in the same way that Ronaldo is a detriment to Man United. I don't think he suits the way they're trying to play. And I just think there's some missing pieces there. And if I really wanted to go down this route of chaos, I would probably go with Switzerland here. But I think that they will be some quality at some stage. And I think that some things will make sense at some stage. And I really should say Switzerland to beat Portugal here. And I really want to. But I'm going to go Portugal for this game. It makes more sense for me to probably put Switzerland to beat Portugal. And have France to beat Poland. But this is the way I feel in my heart. So this is it. That's my predictions for round of 16. That's my somewhat of a thought process to it. Tell me down below in comments your round of 16 predictions for each game. It's a World Cup, baby. It's mental. So as of right now, I've got for the quarterfinals USA v Argentina, Japan v Brazil, England v Poland, and Morocco v Portugal. And also shout out to my boy Imran Mukhtar, who I made a promise to him for some reason that for whatever reason 1,300 people also liked as well, so I can't get away with it, that I did a tweet about Ghana and Uruguay going through to the round of 16 depending on the result, and he said, well, what if Portugal bottles to Korea? And I said, if that happens, I'll dedicate a video to you. Now, I can't do an entire video to you, my friend Imran, but I hope that this is enough. I am a man of my word, so this is for you, Imran. Have a good day. This World Cup will go down in history for many reasons, some for good, some for bad, but on a footballing scale, for the group stages at least, as far as I can remember, one of the most, probably the best World Cup I've seen so far in terms of the mad results we've seen on the pitch, and especially in terms of the predictions. It's blown some completely out of the water. And that's what football's all about. So let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you very soon. Peace out.